Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. Good. Savory goodness. Hello, and welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got your podcast juice?
We're not going to talk about it.
Okay. Are you turgid?
No.
Okay.
Wow,
And-
that's like 3 bingo slots in one exchange.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm trying to make sure everybody has at least 2 bingo slots filled, so...
We want everybody to feel like a winner by the end of This Week in Weird.
Yep, pretty much. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you?
Tired, but well.
Good. Well, you know what? I'm full of foe.
Excuse me, come again?
I'm full of foe.
You're full of pho.
Is
It's
it pho?
You white bastard, it's pho.
Yeah? Well, it says PHO. I've never heard it said out loud, bite me.
Shit.
God damn it. Well, it's a weekend weird.
Speaking of weird, how you pronounce pho?
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
That's how I
Yeah.
pronounce it. So, have we got any housekeeping? It's not that funny. Have we got any housekeeping?
I'm sorry, Holly is looking at me gesturing because she overheard how I reacted to your pronunciation, and she just is looking at the microphone right now in disbelief. It's amazing.
Yeah, y'all can bite me.
I love you, man. I love you.
Yeah, I know, whatever.
Oh, man.
You don't love me, you just love my doggy style. Let's move on. Okay, it may help to know that I am now back on anti-anxiety meds. So, like, I'm in a whole different world right now. Like,
Is it a new fantastic point of view?
yeah,
No
why
one to
not?
tell you know or where to go?
Yes, a swarthy man from the Middle East is taking me up on a carpet.
Oh, that's your boat.
Sure, why not? So, let's see. We need to figure out an order for this week.
I want to
So-
go first.
You want to go first?
Yes, why not?
Okay, sure. And
See,
Mike, do
I
you want
solved
to go
it.
second?
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
There we go.
Well, David, what have you got?
Well, in exciting news for horse girls everywhere,
Oh no.
archaeologists discover ancient step pyramid dedicated to a horse cult in Kazakhstan.
Oh no.
This is published by Art News. This is posted by Francesca Ayton. Published August 11 of... Oh, wow, this is like last year, but I
Hey, it's
was
new to
really
us.
excited. Yeah, I was really excited by this when I read it. So, archaeologists in Kazakhstan's Abay region have discovered a step pyramid dating back 4,000 years to the Bronze Age.
Neat.
Yeah, so they were excavating the Kirikunir complex near the Togtamus village since 2014. There they have found the ancient graves from the Hun and Saka people, along with clay pots, food, and small bronze balls.
Balls.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious what those were for.
Yeah.
This year, the team uncovered last year, the team uncovered a step pyramid dating to the early 2nd millennium BCE that differs from the typical Eurasian step pyramid.
Okay.
Containing graves atop elaborate tunnels and labyrinths, step pyramids are usually similar in shape to a geometric pyramid.
I think most of our listeners know what a step pyramid is, right?
Right. I'm reading the article.
No, it's cool.
Anyway.
It's cool.
All right. Well, did you know that Egyptian architect Imhotep designed the step pyramid for Pharaoh Djoser in the 27th century BCE?
Actually, I did know that Dozer had the step pyramid.
Do you want me to read this?
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, it's cool. The step pyramid is built with great precision, so on and so forth. Hexagonal in form. Okay, so this pyramid is hexagonal in form. It is very sophisticated, complex structure with several circles in the middle. The exterior walls contain images of various animals, such as camels, with a particular emphasis on horses. This, coupled with the discovery of horse bones around the building's perimeter, led the team to believe that the complex was dedicated to a horse cult that would be typical of nomadic Eurasian cultures. Archaeologists also found ceramics, gold women's earrings, and other types of jewelry that, according to I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name, indicate that this Bronze Age site was the center of culture in ancient times. And that's about all I have on that one. It's a very short article. But yeah, a horse cult.
Okay. Well, here's a question. They found horse bones.
Mm-hmm.
Were they sacrificing the horses?
I don't know. The other thing is, like, the horses, the horse remains were found outside of the pyramid.
So, do y'all think it was like a horse parking lot?
I mean, maybe, like, once the person dies, you kill their horse because...
You know...
He's not going to need it anymore.
Yeah, but, like, you could still use the horse.
Yeah, but also, like, if we're thinking of this as, like, a horse-based culture, maybe there's this kind of, like... I mean, because, you know, the pharaohs used to have their, like, slaves killed, right?
Yeah, it's true,
Buried
but I
with
mean,
them?
like, if you have a remote control, and the remote control stops working, but the batteries are still good, you don't throw the batteries out.
I mean, that's fair, but also, we're not talking about batteries. We're talking about a potential horse cult. Like, 4,000 years ago.
Fair.
I think that it might be a little bit of a hasty generalization that they're like this is a horse cult, but I don't know. Like, the article doesn't give me a whole lot, but you know, horse cults are still a thing today. We're all familiar with the bronies, so
yeah, we're familiar with the bronies. We're familiar with horse girls. There's a horse girl in Uncanny X-Men right now.
We're is she a mutant that looks like a horse? What's going on?
I don't know what she is. She says she's not a mutant, but it's her and her horse, and they are inseparable.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if, like, maybe she was, like, one of those, what species is Beta Ray Bill?
Oh, I don't remember. But, yeah, no, not that.
So her mutant superpower is she is bonded with a horse.
Again, they're not sure if she's a mutant.
But she's a horse girl. She's a horse girl in the same way we have horse girls in real life.
And
just
the horse
crazy.
The horse might be the mutant in this situation. Because
I love it.
It has powers.
So look at her horse. Her horse is amazing.
Yeah, give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins.
Like, what if she's like that horse girl who, would run around like a horse? You've seen that video, right? Where she pretends?
That horrifying video of the horse girl running.
Yeah. Maybe that's like there's going to be a double reveal. The mutant is the horse, and maybe she's also a mutant as well. And she's like got, instead of like Beast having like generic Beast powers, she's a literal horse girl, and that she has all the relative strength and speed of a horse.
Does she piss like a horse? That's the question.
Oh,
But
we'll find
Like a
out.
racehorse.
Like, us discussing this seriously just gave me the idea that, holy shit, I think Gail Simone wrote a mutant horse into
Okay,
this
so
comic.
this is Gail Simone's title then, yes?
Yes, this is Gail's Uncanny X-Men. I would not be surprised if it was a mutant horse.
Now that just raises a lot of questions because it's always been the Homo superior, right?
Yeah?
Like
Equine superior.
So is the issue here that this is a horse that is mutated, or is this a human who is mutated into something that is like identical to a horse, and this has just been a human mutant the whole time?
Oh, God.
I mean,
She's riding her brother.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's interesting. I'm
that's
curious.
fucked.
I'm
Boy.
curious now.
Boy, yeah. Got a lot to talk about in the next distraction hole, I guess. But
Horse
here's-
theories.
Yeah, horse theories. That's the episode title.
Horsing around.
Yeah. So, do you think this relates to BoJack in any way?
Nay.
Nice. Well, oh boy.
Yeah, no, I just like again, there's not a whole lot to this article, but I immediately saw like horse cult, and I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, no, I could totally see. I see them with like big, like bronze horse heads for helmets.
Okay, so if we were to start a new animal cult today, what animal would it be?
Mooding.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, probably Mudang.
Yep.
It's already a cult.
Yeah, I found out what that means.
Yeah, isn't it like rubber pork or something?
Bouncing pork.
Bouncing pork, yes. That is a beautiful name.
The
for a little
pygmy
baby
hippo's
hippo.
name is Bouncing Pork.
That's so cute.
It is. It's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, it's going to be sad that, like, next week we're going to find out that Mudang has posted some, like, racist posts on X or something.
Mooding just, I don't feel that anybody has human rights unless they're from China. But
Oh, Jesus
Gonna
Christ.
get a what's that duck?
Milkshake duck.
Milkshake duck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry, I just channeled Bucky for a second there. My bad.
Yeah, your goddamn beaver puppet.
Yeah, my fucking beaver puppet. Oh, anyway, the point is, I thought about this while you were reading that. Is this signs of the Rohirrim?
I mean, well, this is. If we look at, like, Lord of the Rings Middle Earth as, like, a fictionalized version of the history of Europe,
Yeah.
this is a group that would be more along the lines of those in Rune. Right? This region, comparatively, would be, like, runic rather than in Middle Earth.
Sure, but
But you had horse people in Rune, right?
I guess
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but no, like apparently these people love their horses. Not enough to bury them inside the pyramid, but
Well, maybe they're like ethereal guards to guard the temple.
just horse warriors.
Horse ears.
Yeah, they gave each horse a sword, so you got like 1,000 horses with swords in their teeth, galloping after you.
No, they got like spears tied to their sides, and they just run at each other.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sounded like one of those would you rather fight, questions.
Exactly.
1,000 horses with swords or 5,000 swords with horses.
Like,
God.
okay,
Neither.
Here's a question. Okay, here's a question for you. All right, what is the maximum number of horses you could have galloping towards you without you getting a little freaked out? Yeah, like
One.
you're just.
I was
you're
gonna say
walking.
Less than one.
I say more than one because one I could kind of get out of the way. Two, it'd be harder to get out of the way.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
one of our friends had horses, and both of them ran up to the fence, and I was like, I'm going to die. If this fence breaks, I'm going to die.
Like, could you imagine just kind of walking somewhere and it's like 3 horses galloping right at you?
I want to know where the hell I am that this is happening.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Oh,
I'd
man.
start looking around for like cowboys in the bushes or something.
Yeah. Even at like one horse, I'd be extremely uncomfortable and concerned.
I mean, Jesus, imagine you just step out of Abercrombie and Fitch and here come like 6 horses.
Look, in my fairly normal life, the only encounters I've ever had with people just randomly on horseback were, police officers.
Oh, I've got a different one.
Well, no, that's true. There are the
Night Riders. Yeah, there's some folks here in town, or
Not even
used
just
to be.
night riders, but
But
lots of African American men on horses riding on the side of the road.
unfortunately,
I was
Not as
gonna
much as
say-
it used to be.
yeah, but
I
they
was-
were. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like Knight Rider sounds like something horrific from Left 4 Dead 2.
It kind of does. But like these guys were dressed in all black on black horses at night.
What the fuck?
And one of my friends accidentally lost a side mirror on his car because he couldn't see the damn horse.
So here's the thing. You've described a group that has an identifiable name. They all dress alike. They all engage in the same activity. You have a fucking horse cult.
Shit.
Well, it's not a cult if they're not like worshiping
It's more
the horses.
It's more of like a really primitive biker gang.
It's more of a horse gang than a horse cult.
Was Heaven's Gate necessarily like worshiping?
Yeah, they were worshiping
things?
UFOs.
That's actually a good question because I don't remember. We'll have to talk about Heaven's Gate at some point.
Does a cult need to have an entity they worship, or is it just they all follow a similar doctrine?
Well, I mean,
That would make Hell's Angels a cult then.
Marshall Applewhite was technically the head. Him and what's her name?
But they were killing themselves to go on the UFOs.
Yes.
Though there was a very religious, aspect to their.
I mean, for sure, but then also I don't know. We don't know about. I don't know about these Night Riders. If you ever get a chance, if you're ever walking in your town at night and you see the roaming Night Riders, perhaps ask them a question at a crossing and see if they give you an answer.
Is this a religious thing?
Yeah.
Is this a cult?
Nay.
Oh, God damn it. Same joke. You did the same joke twice.
Yes, absolutely I did.
We should fucking move on. Mike, what's your first
We've talked
story?
a lot about this very short story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's looking a little long, just like a face.
Yes. A horse face.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh,
All right,
no.
how about electrocuted birds are bursting into flames and starting wildfires?
Oh, good. I was hoping someone had something with animal death in it.
Look, my
another
dinner
thing
had
that's
animal death in it. Come on.
I mean, mine had animal death, too, because there are horse bones everywhere.
I specifically didn't do the story about the Russian spy whale that died.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway,
Oh,
Mike,
man.
tell us about these delicious birds.
So, electrocuted, flaming bird carcasses are falling off of power lines and causing wildfires across the U.S.
Okay, where'd you get this article?
Gizmodo
Okay.
via Slashdot.
Mm-hmm.
This surprisingly common phenomenon has been responsible for at least 3 Colorado wildfires so far this summer. These events are not isolated. A 2022 study found that electrocuted birds caused 44 wildfires in the contiguous United States between 2014 and 2018.
What the fuck?
That study was led by Taylor Barnes, a biologist who now works for electric utility company EDM International.
Electronic dance music?
Sure. In the paper, Barnes wrote that, quote, Avine caused ignitions, unquote,
Avon ignitions. Oh.
happen when a bird sits on an overhead power line for reasons that can vary from case to case. Sometimes a bird receives a powerful electrical shock, setting its feathers on fire.
Oh.
The dead or dying bird then falls and, on occasion, lands in some brush or other flammable material. Sometimes they burst into flames, Barn told 9 News, an NBC affiliate in Colorado. Sometimes they just fall dead. Not every bird that is electrocuted will fall to the ground and start a fire. Odds
They're
are you've
burning
seen
our
birds
birds in
perched on.
Colorado.
Odds are you've seen birds perched on electrical wires countless times without witnessing spontaneous sparrow combustion.
God damn it!
Jesus Christ.
Those articles gold.
Yes, congratulations to Adam Kovac. The
Oh,
author
I'm
of this.
familiar with Adam
So
Kovac's
many,
work. Yes,
so many band names.
Sparrow. Was it Sparrow
Spontaneous
combustion?
sparrow combustion.
God.
Barnes said birds are just going for a sit, pose no threat. Because the birds are not touching the ground, the electricity in the power lines has no way to the ground and is not dangerous to them. It's only when the birds get into a part of the power infrastructure where a circuit can be completed that they end up crispy. So I'm assuming this is probably most likely happens in the arms of like a telephone or whatever other power carrying pole. And you know they had those ceramic isolators. That
Used
the
to be
wires sit
glass.
on. Yeah, there
But
used to
yeah.
be glass. Well, glass is is ceramic and glass
Yeah.
are both pretty similar.
I just envision this bird kind of like flying through a spice factory and then landing on
God.
a transformer and
Oh.
yeah.
I'm getting hungry again. I already ate.
Or pre-seasoning itself, sure.
Kentucky
July
Fried Sparrow.
On July 13, a fire in Colorado's Arapahoe County,
Arifo?
yeah, something like that destroyed a home and a dozen outbuildings appeared to be caused by one such flaming avian.
God damn
The
it.
Denver Post reported that more than 1,100 acres were burned in the blaze. Barnes said one possible reason the bird burst into flames was that it was looking for a snack inside an arrestor cap. Quote, sometimes what can happen is that insects can get inside that cap, he told 9 News. That attracts birds. Birds like to eat insects, in particular woodpeckers and crows. So something like that could have sat on the jumper wire and pecked into that arrestor cap, trying to get to the insect, making contact with the energized components and then causing it to catch fire.
I thought the crows were supposed to be the smart ones.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but they don't know about electricity. And
David,
they
they're
don't-
not engineers.
They don't have Thomas Crow Edison.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, Flaming Avians sounds like an amazing band name too.
They're- God,
Even if they had Thomas Crow Edison, he would just steal other birds' work.
that's a
Yes,
good
exactly.
point.
Thomas
More of a
yeah,
magpie
Crow Tesla. Yeah, Crow
More of
Tesla.
a magpie.
Or maybe a
Cuckoo.
Yes,
Cuckoo?
cuckoo.
Steel nests.
It's not clear what happened to the birds involved in Colorado's other 2 recent fires, which occurred in July 31st and August 27th. No people were injured or killed in those incidents. According to Barnes' 2022 study, the area of California coast known as the state's Mediterranean ecoregion has the highest density of wildfires set off by avian ignitions.
God damn it.
In the paper, he advised authorities in the area and other fire-prone regions to look into modifying power poles to prevent these electrocutions. Given the devastating effects fires can have on how common they've become, it's surely worth the investment to keep our feathered friends in flight and not on fire.
So 2 things about this. Number 1, can you imagine the size of a fire caused by like a fucking albatross that did this shit?
It'd be about the same, because,
And number 2, the reason I know that those things used to be glass is my manager at Rose's used to steal them.
Okay.
yeah.
He didn't go into detail into how the fuck he got them and lived, but he had a collection of those glass things on top of the phone poles.
If I remember right, I'm pretty sure he just took them from ones that were being replaced because they do break down over time and they do replace them as a matter of course. So he probably just like found places that were replacing them.
All,
you're not
all
gonna
I'm
climb up
thinking Oh yeah, go for it.
You think about it, it's holding up a power line. You would have to take that power line off the pole to remove them and put that power line somewhere else, which would probably make contact with the pole.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure he got just retired ones.
Sure, probably.
Or maybe
Or
he
stole
found-
them off the back of a truck.
Yeah, that too. But
Like, the thing I'm thinking about is we're probably a good, 5 years away from cutting out the middleman of the electric poles and birds just, spontaneously bursting into flame because of climate change. Like
That's
it's
that's
a good
true.
5 years. It's a good 5 years until that happens.
Eh.
So
You know what this made me think about? Remember that time somehow like a ram got caught in power lines and was electrocuted as like hanging by the horns?
Yeah.
I still wonder how that happened.
albatross.
Again with the albatross.
Probably, jump from somewhere high.
Out of a plane.
No, there wasn't enough Christmas lights on the range.
God
for that.
damn it, Mike! Fuck
Hey,
both of you.
You set it up. You said that specifically because of that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well.
Did you say "fuck you" as in EWE? Get it?
That's terrible. No, I didn't,
yeah.
but I wish I had.
Yeah. So birds are bursting into flames.
At least it's not spontaneous bird combustion.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Keep up the faith. We'll get there.
I just love the phrasing use. What was it? Sparrow ignition or
Yeah.
sparrow combustion
Something like that, yeah.
and
Yeah.
avian ignition. That was it. Man, I'm gonna be talking about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
lighting our birds on fire.
It sounds like something you hear on the radio in Grand Theft Auto. Just like,
Birds are starting forest fires.
Now, but here's the thing: we know that birds aren't real, so these are just drones catching on fire, right?
Oh, yeah, they're actually
God.
pyro
Yeah.
drones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
you
it
know.
exactly. Mhm.
If birds existed, this would be a sad story. But as we know, birds aren't real. So
Yep.
Oh, the bird I had for lunch was pretty real.
that is genetically modified organisms, and you know it.
Man,
Well,
Mike bought a whole damn rotisserie chicken from Costco.
yeah, it was
Oh, man.
$5.
Oh
$5.
God, now I want a Costco chicken.
You know, I've never had one. Actually, Mike let me have a little bit, and damn, that was good.
Yeah, it's fucking good, dude. It is so goddamn good.
Like, I mean, for $5, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, no, you
eat
just
that
if
with
you
a
go to
stick.
Costco, you pick one up on principle.
Yeah, I need to do that next time. We actually had to wait for it.
Yeah, they were out, but I saw some old people like waiting by the counter. I'm like, they're waiting on chickens.
Yep, and Mike got up there. This motherfucker grabbed like 3.
Now, do they use the rotisserie meat in the chicken bake?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
feel like they
Probably.
do.
I
I
would
feel
think
like they
so.
do.
I mean, what else?
You'd have to.
Otherwise, you'd be cooking chickens in a whole different way. So, yeah,
Well,
I'd
I
say
mean,
yes.
they do sell like chicken,
pre-
right? They sell like chicken, like chunks or whatever for.
Yeah.
But I think it would just make sense if they took like the rotisserie chickens they already prepare and like shred that shit and put it in the chicken bake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is not the show for that, though.
Oh, it's
Yeah, no,
supernatural
it's
chicken.
fine. It's supernatural chicken. Man, too bad we get Enrique. That'd be a great mascot, the supernatural chicken. Get a little Costco logo. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had the bird death going. That's always a plus in our show.
Yep.
So, my story for this segment is from newatlas.com. I have no idea if these guys are reputable. From September 16th of this year, Michael Irving wrote the article. And this is just interesting. Earth may have once had a ring like Saturn, and it caused chaos.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Did you? I thought it was really interesting. Saturn's rings are iconic, but new evidence suggests Earth might once have sported one itself. Oh, sorry, one of its own. The ring would have caused chaos on the surface. We know Earth has gone through a lot of different phases in its lifetime. Early on, it was covered in magma oceans. Magma. And
Liquid hot magma.
magma. And much later, it was a giant snowball for a while.
Yeah, it had an emo phase too, but we don't talk about it much.
Yeah, it's got to find itself. Land masses have broken up, drifted apart, and come back together over hundreds of millions of years.
Like a high school sweetheart.
Yes, but a period where it sported a ring is a relatively new idea. Researchers from Monash University in Australia have now hypothesized that a rocky ring formed around Earth about 466 million years ago, and it persisted for a few tens of millions of years. This conclusion was a result. English. This conclusion was the result of some rigorous geological detective work. I have a cough drop in my mouth because of the coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Around that time, during what's called the Ordovician period, there seems to have been an increase in impact craters on Earth. The team mapped the locations of 21 known craters of this age and used models of tectonic plate movements to track them back to where they were at the time of the impact. Intriguingly, all of them seem to have struck within 30 degrees of the equator. Normally, they'd be expected to hit at completely random locations around the world. That's an odd finding, but it could potentially be a sampling error. To find out, the researchers then calculated how much of the continental surface from the time will be able to preserve craters for so long. They focused on stable, undisturbed sections of crust that date back to before the mid-Ordovician period, excluding regions that have been buried, eroded, or affected by tectonic activity. The best results were found in Western Australia, go figure, Africa, and sections of North America and Europe. The team then used the same tectonic model to rewind time to find where on the planet those prime locations were back in the Ordovician period. And sure enough, only 30% of this suitable land was found to be near the equator. Having all 21 craters hit within this minority of land is a statistical anomaly, the team says. What would cause an influx of meteorites to be concentrated around the equator? If Earth captured a passing asteroid around 466 million years ago, it could have ripped it to shreds and formed a ring. The debris would then rain down on the planet, focused on the equator over a few tens of millions of years. The ring theory could also explain a few other mysteries of the time, too. Meteorite debris in those craters shows signs of not having spent much time in space before crashing to Earth, which is consistent with material from a relatively recent breakup of a large asteroid into a ring. About 200 million years later, Earth entered its Hernashian ice age.
Kardashian?
No. God.
That's when the ice sheets are dummy thick.
Mm-hmm. And they break the internet. Anyway, where temperatures plunged to their lowest in the last 500 million years. Because of the Earth's tilt relative to the sun, a ring around the equator would have shaded part of the Earth's surface, potentially causing a global cooling event. Quote, the idea that a ring system could have influenced global temperatures adds a new layer of complexity to our understanding of how extraterrestrial events may have shaped Earth's climate, said Professor Andy Tompkins, lead author of the study. It's an intriguing idea, and even raises a possibility that rings are a phase Earth and other planets go through multiple times in their lifespans. After all, Saturn's rings could be as young as 10 million years, meaning Earth was the trendsetter in this case. And it could be gone in another 100 million. Mars is also currently tearing one of its moons apart, which could form a new ring in 20 to 40 million years. Next, the team plans to model how asteroids break up and form rings, and how that ring evolves over time. Later work will attempt to model the effects that rings could have on the climate. So, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I always thought, man, it'd be great to live on a planet with a ring, and then I read this, I'm like, no.
Yeah, because
don't move into Death Alley.
Yeah.
The rings are just gonna, be raining debris down upon the surface. Well, I mean, if you're in higher latitudes, it'd be less bad.
I guess we're kind of... Sorry, go ahead.
Now, planet Earth, is it true that 400,000 years ago you were or were not wearing a hoop skirt?
Oh, God. Well, they liked it, so they had to put a ring on it, so...
There we go.
Planet Earth was just, really, really easy that way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Slut Earth.
oh, wow. Man.
No Slut Earth shaming. Just, call it like I see it.
Okay.
Oh, there is a lot of growth growing in that moist environment.
It's true. So, I completely forgot where I was going. I had something, and now it's gone because we all talked about the Earth being a slut.
Oh, I mean, with, however many billion life forms we have on it, it's got to be, pretty easy.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we got crabs.
Yeah.
We do have. Oh my God! What if crabs are an intergalactic social disease?
Maybe.
Like, the moon hypothesis that like another planet hit Earth and formed the Moon-Earth system.
Mm-hmm.
Crabs.
Now,
how we
what
got
if we're
crabs.
going to continue this train of thought comparing life on Earth to an STD? Why did you not mention panspermia?
Well,
It's right there, man. It's right there.
I kind of feel like I just did with where crabs came from.
Yeah. No, but you also have to say panspermia because it's funny.
Sperm, yes.
Sperm, yeah.
Panspermia.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what I was going to say. I guess we're lucky right now that the moon is gradually drifting away from us instead of breaking up into a ring to kill us all.
Yeah. If it kept getting closer, that would be a danger.
Yeah,
It wouldn't kill us all. It would just,
a lot of us.
slowly rain debris down upon us and, thin the herd.
Yeah,
That's
I've
true.
played that Legend of Zelda game.
Oh, God. Oh, man, we should carve that face on the moon for if it does start coming back. Man, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, the first person to carve a giant whatever on the moon is going to be like either the most beloved or most hated person in history.
It's going to
There's
be
there's
Elon
in between.
Musk.
God,
It'd
you know
be-
what? That
it'd
sounds
be,
exactly...
Well, he would carve a ELO on it before he was stopped.
Yeah, no, he's our own Chairface Chippendale.
No, he would literally just carve a giant X because he thinks X's are cool.
Either that or a dong. Actually, if you could carve something on the moon for the rest of mankind, Mike, what would you carve?
The middle finger.
Good one. David, what would you carve?
The text would be upside down. It would say "this way up,"
Oh, I like that.
and
Dick.
no one would ever be able to fix it, and it would drive everyone nuts.
Yep. Or just draw something and have it like slightly off center and tilted. Like not completely on the face, just like half of it. I was gonna say dick butt.
Oh yes, dick butt.
Casey would hunt me down and kill me. Just an eternal reminder of dick butt.
Oh man.
Which I don't know which would be worse, that or this is fine. Man, can you imagine though, like after we're gone, like the next like society of humans would like worship whatever you carved on the moon?
Of course, it ends up being dick butt.
Yep. Just our great god, the dick butt. Oh, God. I kind of want to do that now. I'm feeling very Muskian.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You know they have a cure for that. It's called touching grass.
Yep. I need to do that, actually. I think it's
would
time
make
to
it-
touch grass.
It would make you feel better, I'm sure.
Well, I did that last year one time. That's sad.
Did it hurt you?
No.
Then why not do it again? Give it a try.
I'm going to do that tomorrow. Well, you know what, guys? That is the first half of our show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have our next batch of stories along with a segment from David. So, we will be right back after this.
Spontaneous sparrow combustion playing live.
Spontaneous bird bustion.
Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows, I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon exclusive episodes that can be found there too?
Well, yeah, I was gonna do the
oh
whole.
yeah, and then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and
Can
I
you
was
believe people
gonna
could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and the Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today. And we're back. So, David, what have you got for your next story, sir?
Well, first of all, I cast Spontaneous Combustion.
Okay, do you have the Harry Potter version of that spell ready?
Oh, no, I'm using the 2014 Player's Handbook.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so I got this article from Futurism, my go-to for stuff. This is filed under Poppycock. This is published by Noor Al-Sabai, who we refer to a lot. At least I refer to a lot because he's written a lot of these articles. And this is Hasbro CEO says AI will become the core part of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, and we talked a little bit about this when we did our Dungeons and Dragons episode. But there's been some comments recently, and if you've been at all involved in like Dungeons and Dragons YouTube, this has come up a lot. But it paints kind of a grim kind of image.
Yeah, I'm not particularly happy about it.
After a series of AI scandals at the gaming company Wizards of the Coast, the CEO of its parent company Hasbro has made a sweeping revelation. During a talk at a Goldman Sachs conference, which just sounds like the most horrific, just liches everywhere.
I'll take places Gary Gygax would never be caught dead for 100, Alex.
Hasbro honcho, and I'm not making fun of him here, Chris Cox. Spelled how you think. Admitted that the entertainment conglomerate not only has plans to build bespoke AI systems in the future, but that it's already begun using it in development of games including Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering.
Fuck Hasbro.
Well, they had already been caught, using AI, or at least some of the artists had been caught using AI, art.
Have they, I know for Dungeons & Dragons, but has that happened with Magic the Gathering? Because that just seems like the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah, it's being used on Magic.
Fucking hells. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's continue to anger up the blood here.
Okay.
Inside of development, we've already been using AI, Cox said in response to a question about AI's potential to bring down production costs during the financial firm's annual Communicopia Tech Conference.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Okay. Quote, it's mostly machine learning based AI or proprietary AI as opposed to a chat GPT approach. We will deploy it significantly and liberally internally as both a knowledge worker aid and as a development aid. While the logistical aspects of this technology seem fairly par for the course in the world of out-of-touch CEOs over-relying on it, Cox then suggested that it will become part of D&D gameplay.
No.
Quote, I'm probably more excited, though, about the playful elements of AI. I play with probably 30 or 40 people regularly. Bullshit.
No.
You can't get a group together twice a week.
There's no goddamn way that's happening. I'm in a fucking podcast, and we can barely get it together 1 week out of the month.
There's not a single person who doesn't use AI somehow for either campaign development or character development or story ideas. That's a clear signal that we need to be embracing it.
Fuck you, you uncreative son of a bitch.
After playing lip service to using AI responsibly and paying creators for their work, Cox then doubled down on his point. The themes around using AI to enable user-generated content, using AI to streamline new player introduction, using AI for emergent storytelling, I think that you're going to see not just our hardcore brands like D&D, but also multiple of our brands, the Hasbro CEO said. Let's see. These comments, as the Bell of Lost Souls gaming blog notes, come not only amid the generative AI bubble that so enraptured CEOs across the economy, but also amid massive scandal for Hasbro subsidiary Wizards of the Coast. Less than a month after outright banning its artists from AI at the end of 2023, WotC admitted at the beginning of this year that despite the staunch rule, the company itself had used generative AI as an ad to create an ad for Magic.
God, fucking damn it.
Later, the company issued an FAQ about its anti-AI policy in the aftermath of the debacle, asking fans to bear with the people who run the company while they essentially separate the wheat from the AI chaff. Quote, human beings are fallible, whether it is a conglomerate of human beings, like a company, or a single human being, like an artist. The FAQ reads, we have been consistent in our position against AI, and we want our community to know that we are working to ensure they can see us deliberating on how best to meet that commitment, even if we occasionally stumble along the way. From issuing a statement that contradicts its own marketing copy to having a big boss endorse the sweeping use of AI, Hasbro clearly has some miscommunications going on.
Very appropriate place for that.
And while the company figures it all out, fans will no doubt keep ripping on the company. So, one of the reasons I'm so interested in this is it definitely ties in with our third AI episode, because I think it's Dungeons and Discourse YouTube channel. They were making the argument that using this machine learning and modeling, you could essentially make AI DMs based on Matt Mercer, Brennan Lee Mulligan,
Gygax himself.
Gygax, yeah, and there's no real, at this stage, there's no real protections from, like, Dungeons and Dragons doing that, because as we saw with OpenAI and the whole Scarlett Johansson debacle.
Yeah. So,
and that just seems like that's something that Chris Cox would thrust upon us.
Yes. Cox thrusting things at us.
So, I'm of two minds about this, because I can see, like, nobody really wants to be the DM, not all the time. So I can see how that could be useful, a AI DM, if, everybody wants to be the player, nobody wants to DM. Sure. Or maybe even AI NPCs. But the problem is that, this is all like stockholder driven. Everything he said is like just to placate the stockholders, because they're all saying,
it's all fucking buzzwords.
Where's the AI? Where's the AI? And so he's placating them on one hand. My big issue, though, is the putting people out of jobs, like the creative people, the artists, the writers.
Yeah.
That's the big problem. Like, I wouldn't have an issue if it was just making tools for the users, but that's not what they're talking about. That's not their, like, here they said it right there, plain as day. Their main goal is to reduce operating costs, which means
get rid of people,
pay people less, or pay less people to do these jobs.
Right.
And the thing that blows my mind about all of this is, like, how fucking inconsistent and difficult it is to do anything consistent with this AI junk.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that these CEOs and stockholders don't realize, because they don't use this shit. They just know that it's there, and it's hot, and everyone's telling them, all the tech bros are telling them, hey, this AI can do anything. This AI can create anything you ever want it to, when it really can't.
Yeah, and the idea of, like, again, like, nobody wants to DM, that whole thing about, like, having an AI DM, like, okay, I can understand that, but I don't think it would be a very good DM, because part of what makes Dungeons and Dragons so appealing is, like, that human element of where you kind of follow those.
It would
bending the rules with the DM.
I think it would work for for pre-existing modules and campaigns, like
like a combat simulator kind of.
Yeah, but it's
or like running.
But then again, you have to still have people create those those modules, those
And I'm sure they're talking about eventually an AI just writing the whole damn module,
which will be a disaster. Because, it'll just be.
It's the D&D equivalent of those fucking children's books.
Yeah, they'll just be all cookie cutter, exactly the same shit, and nothing new creatively.
You encounter a vampire named Bastarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and AI couldn't create that completely unwinnable campaign. I forget what it's called.
The
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
right?
dungeon something of
Tomb
Doom?
of the something or something like
I
that.
forget.
Oh yeah. I know the one that you're referring
Yeah,
to. I just don't remember the name.
An AI couldn't create that. And,
No.
Yeah. Like
An
if you
AI
wanna do
can't
like a
just be an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking if you can be an asshole.
No.
I was waiting for you to say. Okay.
No,
Okay,
I'm just saying
sorry, I
an
misheard you
AI
there.
can't really be an asshole. And
Yeah.
like, it's the little things. Like in Paul's games, somebody would do something stupid, and the big blue hand of fate would come down from the sky and slap you for 1 hit point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, last night I nearly killed our party. 'Cause
Awesome.
we had an encounter that had a timer, right? So I see a treasure chest that's moving. There's a ritual trying to either summon or bind something. So I figure I have a 50-50 shot, right?
Oh, God.
So I throw a vial of acid at the treasure chest, and hopefully, like, whatever's in there, if it's released, it's right next to the person doing the summoning. Maybe it will attack them because I interrupted like the binding ritual or something. Turns out no, it was just a demon that they were trying. That I guess the ritual had gone through already. So yeah, we were fucked. It was great. It was fantastic.
Nice.
No regrets. No regrets.
Yes.
Oh, why would there be?
The module was a Tomb of Horrors.
That's it. That's
There we
the
go.
one.
So yeah, AI couldn't create that. And
No.
No.
So, it eventually,
yeah, Chris Cox, very accurately named.
yeah, eventually at some point we'll as a people come to understand that AI is just another tool in the toolbox and is not going to it may somewhat democratize creativity, but not to the extent these people are thinking.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, we are seeing the tide turn a little bit. Like you've seen those videos where like it's the AI drive-through, and it's like I want 500 waters, and then it starts adding up like 500 waters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the worker comes on. It's like, oh, okay. What are you looking for?
Yeah, that's perfect.
And that's not what's like taking away the jobs. It's the kiosks. That's what's taking away the jobs because
Yeah.
the AI stuff it's used for a little bit, and then like they realize well it doesn't really work.
Well, here's the thing: is that like you're talking about, like the touchscreen ordering things.
at McDonald's.
Yeah, actually, those are creating more jobs than they're destroying. Yeah, you have one apparently. They do such a good job that order volumes are up.
Oh hell yeah!
So therefore,
More cooks.
they need more people in the back kitchen, which is kind of the not as good job as like running the
yeah,
register.
back of house.
Sure,
But-
but it's a job.
But apparently, they're not decimating, the numbers as it thought they would.
Yeah, it's changing the type of workforce within the restaurant and that sort of thing.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and again, these like AI drive-through things, they start them, they roll them out, they don't do very well.
No.
So
'Cause-
I think like the tide is going to turn. I think inevitably WotC and Hasbro is going to make a bunch of dumb fucking decisions, and like there's going to be a ton of backlash. People are still going to buy Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and then eventually they're going to realize, well, this AI thing just really isn't working for us. It's not really cutting costs in the way that we hope.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And alternately, they're going to integrate it somehow into D&D, and then everybody's going to go back to playing like 5th edition, and they're like, well, what do we do?
Yeah, like I love playing on paper. I have access to like D&D Beyond, but I prefer writing shit down. I have my dry erase marker and my plastic sleeve.
I don't know. I actually
Yeah.
really like using Roll20.
Roll20 is pretty fun, yeah.
And also,
yeah.
like, I can't remember the rules half the time, so I just click on the thing I'm supposed to roll, which is fine. That's not actually AI,
I literally make my own like packet of information that I use to run my character. Like can I use my book and like flip the pages? Absolutely, but there's just something in the process of like creating and processing the information in my own way that works. For
Right.
me at
No,
the
I
table.
get that. We've done that
Yeah.
before, but like,
Yeah.
for what we're doing, we got to use it, and I've really been enjoying Roll20. So,
Oh yeah.
I don't mind it. I really don't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
fuck
so
AI.
that's what I got. Yeah. It's the end of Dungeons and Dragons as we know it, apparently.
And I feel fine.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for that, David. Thank you for pissing us all off. Mike, what have you got that isn't birds?
So
Lizards.
I've got a
Electrocuted lizards.
an interesting article. It is from the Washington Post.
Yeah?
It is a rumble echoed around the world for 9 days. Here's what caused it.
That was me. I'm sorry, guys. I had Taco Bell.
So, a strange rumble.
No response.
Sorry.
Lentils.
I didn't have any good comeback there.
Yeah. Sorry. It's
We've all,
night.
we've
I'm
all,
coughing.
we've all just farted so bad we scared the pets.
Yep, pretty much.
Exactly.
The strange rumble was detected mid-September last year. An odd seismic signal appeared at scientific stations around the globe, but didn't look like the busy squiggles of an earthquake. A day passed and the slow tremor still reverberated. When it continued for a third day, scientists worldwide began assembling to discuss what was causing the grumble in the ground. Some initially thought the seismic instruments recording the signal were broken, but that was quickly nixed.
It's the Earth's tummy.
Yeah, I was just hungry.
Yeah, give it a Snickers.
Yep.
Maybe it was a new volcano emerging before their eyes, others said. One jokingly ruled out an alien party. As theories were checked off, the scientists dubbed the signal an unidentified seismic object, or USO.
Damn it, that's already a
Okay.
thing.
I want to
These
point
are
out that the
scientists
scientists joked. The scientists made a reference to an alien party, but we're talking about something originating in the Earth.
Yeah.
So this guy's either a true believer or he likes to listen to theories about, aliens.
Oh, this
being
motherfucker's
in the
listening to
Earth.
Art Bell.
Yeah.
No one had ever seen this. We have nothing to compare it with, said Christian Svenvig, a geologist at the Geological Survey of Denmark and Greenland. 9 days later, the reverberations greatly dissipated, but the mystery of the USO lasted much longer. A year later, the puzzle has been solved, according to a study published in the journal Science on Thursday.
Whale farts.
It took about 70 people from 15 different countries and more than 8,000 exchanged messages,
Jesus.
long enough for a 900-page detective novel, to crack the case. Why detective novel? 900-page novel, you could say. Why?
Yeah,
I
a
mean, I guess
Wheel
'cause
of
they were,
Time
like,
book.
Trying to figure out a mystery?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? They're trying to figure out the mystery of this rumble, which is obviously Satan with a broom punching up against the surface of
Shut
the Earth
up!
to let us know
Yeah.
to keep it down.
No, it's Taco Tuesday in hell. The short answer: a mega tsunami created waves that sloshed back and forth in a fjord in Greenland, creating vibrations that traveled around the world.
Are you telling me
Okay.
they were pining for the fjord?
Maybe. The long answer begins in the atmosphere. As greenhouse gas concentrations increase due to climate change, those heat-trapping gases accelerated ice melt, particularly around the Earth's poles. On September 16th last year, that extra heat thinned a glacier in eastern Greenland over time so much that it could no longer support the mountain rock above it. A 500-foot thick piece of metamorphic rock, about a third of a mile wide and long, fell and triggered a massive landslide.
Wow.
Rock and ice, enough to fill 10,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools, let loose as fast as 47 meters per second
Holy shit.
and ran for
Now,
more.
could you imagine scuba diving and seeing that happen, right over you?
I can imagine, blasting ass ham when I see it.
and it ran for more than a mile. The avalanche plunged into the Dixon Fjord, triggering a 650-foot high tsunami, one of the highest seen in recent history. Further away from the fjord, tsunami waves reaching 13 feet high damaged an unoccupied research station and destroyed cultural and archaeological heritage sites, including an old trapper hut that had never been affected by tsunamis during its century-old history.
Damn.
It destroyed about $200,000 worth of infrastructure. Although the Dickerson Fjord is commonly visited by tourist cruise ships, no ships were nearby. No fatalities were reported.
So all of this is just because of a big kersploosh.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
Yeah, from what I understand, there's like nobody, like this is well in Greenland, well away from any like habitation. So if there was nobody that happened to be there, they, nobody saw it. So I guess it's if tsunami happens in a fjord and nobody sees it, does it still, make a seismic activity?
I'm sure there were
yes.
just some dead seals. So.
Meanwhile, in the fjord, the mega tsunami waves traveled back and forth in the inlet and created a standing wave called a seiche, S-E-I-C-H-E. Never seen that word before.
Me neither.
We often see small scale seiches, this rhythmic oscillation in water in swimming pools or bathtubs. Oh yeah, you splash around in the bathtub and
Yeah.
the waves go back and forth.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid for fun.
Pooping back and forth forever.
God damn it, it's not scatswap.avi.
Jesus Christ, that takes me back. Jesus. Why?
Because.
So not Google, Wikipedia says seiche is how you pronounce it. But yeah, it's just a standing wave in water. The tsunami source was so energetic that the seiche radiated seismic waves globally, shaking the planet for 9 days before it petered out. Hey,
Holy
Peter.
shit. Hey, Peter.
Members of the Danish military sailed into the fjord only days after the event to collect drone imagery of the collapsed mountain face and glacier front and scars left by the tsunami. Of course, Svenevig and many of his close colleagues didn't fully know the connection between the tsunamigenic landslide and the seiche as
That's
the events
a lot
unfolded.
of fucking words with shit in it.
Yeah, which is detailed in the study. At the time, they were scratching their heads about the data in the seismograph stations. The seiche appeared as a single slow vibration, like a monotonous-sounding hum, as opposed to the frantic lines of a typical earthquake reading. The wave peaked every 92 seconds, which is slow compared with an earthquake. Seiches are well known, but no one had seen something of this variety. I'm guessing just the magnitude was crazy. Way bigger than anything seen before.
Yeah.
Now, has anyone checked on Aquaman in Atlantis?
No, because I hate him.
Well, unless he was up in the fjords. You could have been pining for them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Svenevig, the lead author of the study, said it was like seeing a rainbow, but with an extra color that no one had observed before. Quote, when we started doing this research, nobody had any ideas about what was the root cause, said Carl Ebeling, a co-author of the study and seismologist at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography at the University of California at San Diego. Even for a large landslide under normal circumstances, it would be hard to see that on a global scale, so something special is going on here. Some scientists investigated the peculiar seismic data. Another group of authorities and researchers had heard of a large tsunami in a remote fjord in eastern Greenland. The two teams, among others, joined forces, quickly growing into a 24/7 international collaboration via a messaging system.
Oh, shit.
The group brought a variety of local field data and remote global-scale observations. Quote, we knew there was a landslide and a tsunami. You could pull the seismic signal of those, Svenevig said. But then there was this other seismic signal that continued for 9 days, and they were taken from roughly the same area, so they must be associated somehow. The Seish signal was so befuddling that one team member tried to recreate the long-standing Seish in his wave in his bathtub using
God
a
damn
small
it.
styrofoam float and a tape measure. It didn't work, to no surprise to tsunami modelers. Instead, tsunami modelers turned to advanced mathematical models to simulate how to create the wave's height, slow movement, and duration. Even then, they initially failed. The breakthrough came when they received new bathymetry data of the fjords, similar to a topographic map from the Danish military, which allowed them to better map the seabed in the computer models. Once incorporated, the team used an unprecedentedly high resolution model to show how the landslide direction, along with the uniquely narrow and bendy fjord channel, led to the 9-day Seish. I need a drink after that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A tsunami-sized thirst.
Yes. Svenevig and his colleagues aren't the only ones who have been studying this global event. In August, a team of 6 German researchers studied the event primarily through satellite imagery. Their published findings revealed a similar story that a massive landslide caused the tsunami and long-standing Seish, although the new study details the entire sliding process. Quote, this event is fascinating. More than a week-long oscillation triggered the interest of many working groups around the globe. Yeah, I mean, that sounds just like something that geologists, once they get a hint of that, are like, what? It's like catnip for geologists.
They start up the Discord.
It's like, holy shit, I need in on this. Said Gesa Peterson, who was an author in the August study but was not involved in the new one. The methods chosen by the teams are different, but the results agree well. While the landslide is the obvious instigator of events, quote, the root cause of this lies in climate change, said Alice Gabriel, co-author of the new study and a seismologist. So many seismologists here at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. She said it is the first landslide of this size to occur in eastern Greenland. Large landslides are more known in western Greenland, like a massive event in 2017 that caused 4 fatalities and left 2 villages abandoned permanently.
Holy shit.
So here's the thing. Unlike those other landslides, this landslide did not bring them down.
No. Bruce, don't bring me down.
I'm just letting that one wash over me.
Many aspects of climate change are already destabilizing mountain slopes worldwide, whether from increased precipitation, increased air temperatures, or snow or ice loss, said Leah Stearns, a glaciologist at the University of Pennsylvania, who was not involved in either study. Well, just like quoting people, just random.
So does that mean that we may no longer be able to see our reflection in snow-covered hills?
I never could do that.
I don't think I get that reference.
It's the same song.
Oh, fuck.
She said this landslide and tsunami event highlights the domino effect that can happen with loss of even a small glacier, but it probably won't be the last one as temperatures rise. It would not be surprising if there are more destabilization events in East Greenland and elsewhere, she said ominously.
Ominously.
I added the ominously.
Oh, okay.
Well, hooray for climate change, I guess.
Big rock makes big kersploosh.
Yes.
Scientists lose their goddamn minds in excitement.
Yeah, they just get, super excited because, I imagine, seismology is a very slow and I wouldn't say boring, but not prone to big, exciting events happening.
Yeah, it's a lot of waiting, I'm sure.
Almost on geological scales of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that.
So that's my story.
No, that's super interesting. And so many ists in it.
Yeah.
There are a fucking lot of them, yes.
I'm just surprised I didn't hear about this a year ago. There was this, giant rumble in the earth, and nobody told me about it.
Lentils.
Just hunger.
Was it a rumble or a frenzy?
It was a ravage.
Nice.
Transformers?
Another episode. Oh boy, we're never gonna get away from them. So, well, thank you for that, Mike. I don't know what to say about it, honestly. You told me about it earlier in the week, and I forgot about it. And I don't know. That was a lot of words that I'm glad I didn't have to say.
Yeah.
And I'm very impressed you got as many out as well as you did.
I know. Me
Yeah,
too.
had a bunch of fucking Danish names in there too.
Yeah.
I know. I probably pronounced them horribly, but I got them out.
I just picture one
Well,
going,
that's part of the fun.
"Hey Sven, yeah, the fuck was that? I've no idea. I don't know. I got nothing. I just wanted to do the accent. Sorry.
Yeah, the water is shaking. The water is shaking. The rocket is filling.
Heard a big river with the rocket. All right. So, Christ.
I think we've hit like every single type of reference that we do.
Have we done a Futurama yet?
Yes, the hoop skirt.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't
This
know
is
why.
a good bingo episode.
Yeah, it is.
Talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking a lot, so I apologize for the coughing. I'm going to cut out as much as I can. So, my last article, I got a cough drop here
Before you die.
before I die. I'm going to laugh if it turns out these are cough drops that make you cough.
Yeah, they're coughing drops.
Yeah.
What a prank. What a prank. Imagine being the company that like just releases those out into the wild.
Oh, what a bunch of assholes.
It's very shit. Illuminati, what are we talking about?
Oh, Discordian.
Discordian, there we
Yeah.
go. Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
very
tired.
it's a very Operation Mindfuck kind of thing.
Exactly. Give them the cough drops that make people cough.
Yes. So this next article is from the Singular Fortean Society at singularfortean.com, so you know it's going to be good. The article is by Tobias and Emily Whalen, which is not a surprise since they're the only two people on the site. From September 13th, 2024. I think you'll understand why I chose this one. Woman reports unsettling series of strange events following winged creatures sighting in North Carolina.
Oh, shit.
We got us a Mothman.
Ooh, baby.
Y'all, we got a Mothman. So, the Singular Fortean Society was contacted last month by North Carolina resident Megan Boyd, who wished to report her sighting of a mysterious winged being. I saw you on the Mothman Revisited episode of Unsolved Mysteries and wanted to reach out about my experience to see if you had similar accounts because what I saw was slightly different than the accounts on the episode, she told investigator Tobias Wayland. Way to refer to yourself in the third person. Boyd's experience took place between 6 and 7 p.m. on November 1st, 2000, in Ruffin, North Carolina. I can imagine you're Ruffin in North Carolina. She was in high school at the time, and her then boyfriend was driving her home. I love how many of these are my then boyfriend.
Right? It seems like in the supernatural world, the minute you expose yourself to something supernatural, like your relationships don't last. Almost like you're haunted by something, and your worldview inevitably changes, and it splits you apart.
Well, you know,
From those
it's
you
like
love.
Henry says, this only ruins lives. So, we were on an old country road. Yeah, I don't have a Phantoms and Monsters, but I got this one.
Yeah, well, take me home.
Sorry. We were on an old country road, no street lights or anything, and it had just gotten dark, she said. I saw what I thought was a ghost decoration in the distance, high up in a pine tree by the road, because that's where you put decorations, since it was just after Halloween. I was confused as to why someone would put a ghost up in that high. As we got closer, it became very apparent it wasn't a ghost decoration. What Boyd had initially thought to be a Halloween decoration turned out to be something far stranger. It was huge and opened up its wings. It was all white, which I want to point out that the Mothman was white or gray in the original sightings. All right. So that's a thing to remember.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like the moths that we use to track industrialization in Europe, you know, the white moths would start kind of disappearing, and the darker moths would show up because they're trying to match the city environment.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So it was all white, not black like the sightings on the show. It swooped down as we were driving, past us, and scratched the top of his SUV, she explained. It then started to follow us. This is very much Mothman. Following two naked kids. Yeah. Anyway, it was at least 7 feet tall with a massive wingspan. The wings looked like bat wings, transparent like in the moonlight, but it had the body of a man with man-like long legs. Her boyfriend sped up in an attempt to escape, but the creature stayed with them for several miles, despite their vehicle reaching speeds of at least 80 miles per hour. Then suddenly, it was gone. When we got to my house, we looked on the top of the SUV and it had huge scratch marks, Boyd said. I immediately told my father, who made fun of me. Aw. My siblings and him tease me to this day, except for my brother, because 14 years later, back in 2014, around the same time of year, he saw the same creature, but instead of at night, it was very early in the morning when it was like still dark outside. That's technically night. Just saying. If the sun is down,
but if it's after midnight, it's, you know,
we gonna let it all hang out. Sorry. Anyway,
is 4 in the morning or at night?
I'd say it's still night until the sun's up.
Well, it's kind of in the title, 4 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. I'm wrong. I'm standing here on all my fucking shame. What's really weird is that when my brother saw this thing, it was less than a quarter of a mile from my home.
Oh, shit.
My brother was living with me at the time because I was a single mom of 2 young boys, she added. Boy, I hope they weren't the kids of the ex-boyfriend. Since then...
They probably were.
Yeah, it is North Carolina. Since then, Boyd said she's had several people tell her they've seen the same all-white flying humanoid with bat-like wings in the area. Other people in this area have had similar sightings, she said. A friend I went to high school with told me she saw it probably around 2003 or 2004 at night driving home. My sister even claimed to have seen it about a year ago close by where I live now. And to be honest, I haven't talked to her too much about it because to think it may be close to me now scares the hell out of me. I can't imagine. The month after her sighting, Boyd had a frightening experience involving a Ouija board. Oh, no. It was December, and she had a friend staying the night. Who the fuck says, hey, it's Christmas, let's summon the dead?
Like, people, I mean, look, all those people that are telling ghost stories.
Yeah, I mean, like, present company included, definitely me.
Okay, fine. You go talk to the spirit of Christmas past through a Ouija board.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Fuck you, I will do it.
Tell Master Shake I said hi.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, it was December, and she had a friend staying with her who expressed interest in the divinatory device. From Milton Bradley. The two girls decided to bring out the board, and while they were using it, quote, the wind started picking up outside and a dog started howling. 'Cause of the wind. It felt heavy in the room, Boyd said. Shortly thereafter, the board spelled, get out. I wonder if it was the frog, Mike.
Probably.
The get out frog? Anyway, immediately, ill at ease, the girls decided to stop. I actually threw it away not long after, Boyd told Waylon.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you don't do that.
No.
You don't just fucking throw the board away.
I don't really know how you get rid of one of those things safely.
I mean, if it's from Milton Bradley, you can't just throw it away.
Okay. And until you asked if I had experienced anything else unusual before or after my sighting, I didn't really consider a connection to my sighting in this experience. Good. Fucking good. Following her encounter with a winged creature, Boyd found herself suddenly afraid of things she had been perfectly comfortable with before. For a long time after the incident, this is a completely different type of quotation, by the way. He's been using quotation marks, and now it's like that indented, italicized version of a quote. For a long time after the incident, I had nightmares. Not just about what happened, but other really bizarre nightmares. Sometimes I would wake up and feel like someone was watching me from my bedroom window. My window was about 10 to 12 feet from the ground, though. I also wouldn't go outside at night for a while. And I was a girl who loved being outside and would even camp out on our trampoline to fall asleep under the stars.
Aww.
But for about a year or so after, I just didn't feel safe at night alone outside. Again, sometimes I felt as if I was being watched. While the
I get it. Like,
No.
she encountered, like, what it was essentially an albino sky demon.
Yeah,
So.
no, I get it. If I saw some shit like that, hell, even if it had been a crane, that would have scared the shit out of me. While the coloration of the creature reported by Boyd may be unusual, it is not without precedent. In 2020, the Singular Fortean Society was contacted by California resident Richard Polk, who said that on a foggy night in the fall of 2009, he had an unusual run-in with a white-winged humanoid in La Habra. In addition, the Society has received 2 other reports of similar creatures attacking motor vehicles. One from Waukegan, Illinois in 1976, and another from near Silverstone, North Carolina in 1986. And of course, they say you can use their contact page to report your own Mothman sighting. Or contact us at team@supernaturalselectionpod.com. We would love to talk to you about it.
We're ready to believe you.
Yeah. I find it interesting just how similar this is to the Mothman.
You know what this tells me? That there is currently a struggle, like a yin and yang struggle between the white Mothman and the black Mothman.
You've been playing Fallout 76 again, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, maybe there is this struggle between these 2 different Mothmen.
Are you talking about
sects.
a Mothman race war?
I didn't want to say race war, but I guess. I mean, I don't know. But it's just, one is the Mothman of good, the other is the Mothman of evil.
Right. And, do you think it was a transporter accident, like in that one classic episode where Kirk got separated into the good and bad Kirk?
Yes, that is exactly it.
With a weird dog with antenna?
And then when you merge them back together, you get a gray Mothman. So there you go.
Or you get 2 Vicks.
Mothfix.
Mothfix.
Yeah. So, that's my article. I'm always fascinated by modern Mothman sightings, even though it turns out the ones in Chernobyl were bullshit.
Yeah.
The ones in Chicago, still interested. That fucker's got a hell of a range.
Yeah. Well, every time we get a Mothman update, I'm always excited by that,
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Like, I know that we have Enrique, but, like, I have a special place in my heart for Mothman.
Well, we've covered him twice. So, yes, obviously, we both do. I mean,
yeah.
We're all big fans of the bean-loving, ass-eating enthusiast. Also, have you noticed the new thing they're doing with the statue?
Oh, no, what?
They're putting quarters in his butt crack.
Hell yeah, the ass crack bandit.
Yep. That's what's doing, man. I'm going.
I mean, with cheeks them defined, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, what if they get a coin like actually in there and it starts playing music? Like you put like 20 quarters in and just play What's New Pussycat over and over again?
No, you put a penny in between the cheeks and then it clenches, stamping the penny into.
Oh, it's like one of those
Point
penny
Pleasant
flattening
souvenir.
Yeah.
at the mall.
Yeah. Just a moth statue. It's bent over. You put the penny in, and then it claps its cheek and cheeks, and there you go.
Yep.
And the penny says, "I got my ass eaten by Mothman at a Denny's."
Just be careful that
Yep.
your fingers are out of the asp.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not insert your
Pleasant
fingers in
is
the
for
Mothman
freaks.
ass.
No, like Point Pleasant knows where its bread is buttered, and it's for the freaks, and I appreciate.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Point Pleasant is for freaks.
Yeah, that is a great fucking slogan.
Yeah. That's good.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Here's my problem with this one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one being, man, this could have been a crane.
Yeah.
Or an owl. Again, I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the owl guy,
Well,
but like...
I mean, if you want to be a Mike about this, sure.
Sure. The other thing is,
Buzz Killington.
she called in, like, right after watching the Unsolved Mysteries episode about Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
Where they told her what the initial Mothman sighting was like.
Yeah.
So, it happened in 2000, so... I don't know. I hope it happened.
I don't know. I'm gonna choose to believe.
Sure. No, I'm gonna believe too. And
Yeah, it just feels nice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Mike, will you reach out a hand and join us in this and just choosing to believe that this was a Mothman encounter?
just this once.
Just this once.
I
Brotherhood.
believe that the lady thought it was the Mothman.
I think that's as good as we're gonna get, David.
Yeah, I think that's close enough.
Okay.
But I just want to feel good about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do too. And I don't think the Ouija board was related.
Yeah, it's funny how these stories end up crossing the streams. There's fuck it, throw a Ouija board
Now,
in.
I do find that interesting because it kind of shows she's already open to the woo.
Mm-hmm.
She go woo woo.
That she owns a woo woo board, which if I get a Ouija board, I'm gonna call it a woo woo board.
Yeah, I've
Board
got
go
my
woo
Ouija
woo.
board. I gotta start doing something with it. It's a glow in the dark Ouija board too, so I'm gonna do it at pitch black at night.
Hell
It's gonna be
yeah.
rad.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Dusty has forbidden me from getting one. Which, if you believe, I understand that. I also know several people that have been like, you're not getting me anywhere near one of those fucking things.
I've used one before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did it spell out? Butts.
Well, considering we were 12 at the time. It's a lot of, and this was, in a very less, what'd you call it, PC era. There's a lot of, saying so and so is, gay and things like that.
Yeah. When we finally get together, I'm going to bust out a Ouija board, and we're going to live stream that shit.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
And here's how I know the Ouija board is bull crap. Because we're sitting there, everybody with their hands on it, and it wasn't doing anything until I started moving it, and I was the asshole that was moving it.
Womp.
Of course, people were asking questions. It was like, "Are you a ghost?" Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get together. It's gonna be like that Monty Python sketch. All it does is spell out "up yours." We have the ghost of an asshole. But no, I've been curious. I mean, I've been fooling around with the tarot deck lately, and again, I can't have a Ouija board, but I wouldn't be against using it once.
Well, now, here's the thing. Is the Ouija board not allowed in the house, or is it not allowed on the property? Because you could, put it in the shed and use it there.
I don't know.
Yeah, what's the ruling on this?
I don't know.
Well,
I'll
if we
have
went
to
a
talk to
second
Dusty.
location
Then one of us is a serial killer
with a Ouija board.
with a Ouija board. The woo-woo killer.
Killer go woo woo.
Killer go woo-woo.
Just, you make a Ouija-based horror film, but it's just like the planchettes just buried into people's skulls.
Oh, that'd be much better than the Ouija movie we got, actually. Yeah, I hope this was a Mothman.
Yeah,
Mothman-
I choose to believe.
Mothman's one of those things that, logically, I know it, I shouldn't believe it. And technically, I probably don't, but, I'm happy just believing that there was a big moth thing and then a bridge collapsed.
honestly, like, if we discover that Mothman is real, I think just people, like, the collective happiness of the world would just kind of go up.
Well,
Like, it's kind of creepy, right? But also, it's like, no, it's cool.
Also, he's a moth. He's, like, fluffy. You could pet him.
Yeah, I mean, all he wants is your lamp.
Lamp.
Yeah.
In your ass.
What? I'd like to think
Oh,
Mothman's
I mean,
a-
again, the collective happiness goes up.
Yeah, the thing about Mothman is I like to think he's into consent.
Well,
Like,
I'm not
he's
saying
not gonna, like, you're
I'm
not gonna wake up and his face is planted in your ass.
I'm not saying he's gonna P Diddy you or anything.
Oh.
Just saying that he'll come up and you'll know he wants your ass and you have to give him consent before he
Yeah.
takes your ass.
Now,
Here's a question though.
Hmm?
If you met Mothman, would you let him?
no, but I might play wingman. Get it?
Yeah.
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 But, no,
David,
not really.
What about you?
About me?
Yeah. Would you let him?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
So y'all wouldn't walk on the moth side.
No, I mean, it's no Bigfoot.
You wouldn't even see if you can get a pass.
It would be like those people who, like, put peanut butter on their asshole.
Or
Let
anywhere
the
else.
dog lick it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just not for me.
Well, he'd come up and he'd want it though. The peanut butter thing, it's trying to convince your dog to do it, but this is like
And that's
trying to
fair.
convince
Like,
you.
I know someone out there would be like, no, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
I think I'd be too shook to
By
make
the-
that decision.
By the fact that it exists and is asking?
Yes,
How would it communicate the fact?
I don't know.
Weird noises? Hand signs?
He just has, like,
Perfect
his
King-
hands
King's
in
English.
front of him. It looks like he's holding cheeks, and he's just shaking his face in front of him.
No, he just
Pantomiming.
points at his mouth, points at his ass, points at you. Wait a minute, that could be the other way. It could seem like he wants you to
Exactly.
eat his ass.
You
So
eat
we already
my
have a
ass.
communication issue because maybe, the Mothman wants
Points at
someone to eat
himself.
his butt.
I feel like if you're staring into his eyes, like,
Points at his mouth and then points at your ass.
okay, but I still feel like, looking into his eyes, like, you would get, like, the psychic vibe of, I want to eat that ass. Give me some cake.
Well, if you know the
Want that
Mothman,
gat.
he wants your ass.
That's true. It is a Mothman. You know what he wants.
He wants some gatios.
Yeah, spaghettios. Yeah. That's terrible. Fuck. I wish I'd never learned that word. So, big,
Oh, it's okay. You're one of the Sigmas now.
yeah, big ups to the Peanut Gallery for ruining my life this morning with that. So, that's our final news story, David. I think it's time for X to give it to us.
Well, moving from one ring to another.
Oh no. From the O ring to the no ring.
So we've got this a little bit of a crossover here because
Oh,
I was
no.
trying to decide whether I wanted to check up on what Alex Chu is up to
Uh-huh.
or doing X, and fortunately we get the best of both worlds because there was an X thread about Alex Chu.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, I've checked up on him on YouTube. He is not looking great.
No.
He's like, I'm not saying he looks bad, but like, I don't know. I think something's going on with him. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it's a 4chan thread, X thread about Alex Chu's immortality rings. So yeah, I figured I'd just read some of the highlights. The first reply is, he looks old as fuck now, idiot. Fuck you, Alex. Your griff hasn't worked since you hit the wall. How can you say you're immortal when you look like a fool just like your average elderly Asian man?
Ooh.
Yeah, so immediately hostility right out of the gate.
A little bit of racism too.
Yeah, but then we get something kind of nice here. We get, I've been wearing them, because this is about the immortality rings, right? I've been wearing them since 2008.
Oh no.
I can't comment on aging, but I still look the same. I'm never sick apart from getting a slight headache when I'm staying up too late. I can't even say that I have ever had a cold since. That's about all I can say when it comes to health. The more noticeable effect I had from wearing them was a heightened dream activity. I noticed an increase in dream remembrance, intensity, and lucidity. I once wore them accidentally in reverse and got horrible nightmarish dreams and woke up tired instead. I can attest for myself that there is something to them that isn't placebo. So, here's the thing. We know that Alex Chu sock puppets.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the cadence and the writing style of this, including like the strange line breaks, is a lot like Alex Chu's website and his forum posts that I've seen archived. So I'm wondering if like Alex Chu is a channer in general and just so happened to see
His own thread.
or if he maybe made the thread. I don't know, but I find that very curious, and it would make sense that he's a channer because 90% of channers tend to be kind of incels, right? And he's got a definite incel streak going.
Oh yeah.
On his YouTube channel.
Men going their own way.
Yes. So I don't know if this reply is him or he's literally, starting a thread about his immortality rings. I don't know, but I'm very curious about that. And then some people continue to talk to this person who apparently bought Alex Chu's rings. Let's see. Oh, interesting. He says that I made my own rings. I've also been around his forum, which had some peculiar individuals.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Can you tell me some of the cool, wild theories of peculiar individuals on his forum? Immediately, one of the posts is, do they have one for my cock?
An immortality cock
rings.
ring. Didn't we make that joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure we did at one point. We are men.
We are men and fools.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see. Someone posted the Elvish text from the One Ring.
Oh, God damn it. I never can understand what they're saying with that, and I always think it starts with Oshkosh Bagosh.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Okay, so let's see. Well, we have one from the guy who made his own rings and has used Alex's rings. There were a couple... So he's talking about the forum, right? There were a couple of clowns, but there were more interesting individuals. A Japanese man going by you reported having time traveled using hyperdimensional resonator by Steve Gibbs.
What?
He was being made fun of for saying things like having been to space and that it had breathable air.
What?
Now, what was really interesting here is that another forum user who was highly skeptical of you was an experienced astral traveler. The astral traveler dunking on the time traveler.
What the fuck?
That's so fucking funny. He could project on Will and claimed that. Okay, so number one, I hope he asked for consent from Will.
Yes. Was it Riker? Because then you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. And claimed that based on his personal inability to travel through time, he had to dismiss you, Steve Gibbs, and the HDR evidence. Eventually, Yu's claims made him curious, and he actually obtained an HDR device himself. I don't know the exact details, but he immediately confirmed that he explored different timelines.
Oh, good.
Holy shit, okay. If you're curious, these are the reports I remember. One timeline had immortals that had to wear the some security device and were forbidden from procreating for the sake of population control, and see-through aluminum walls.
So transparent aluminum. Scotty did make it back in time.
Well, I mean, how do we know that he didn't invent the thing?
Oh, yeah. Hello, computer.
He also spoke of a war in 2012 that would set society back to the Dark Ages.
Hey, what year
for
is it,
about
by the
50
way?
years. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, this was probably back in like 2008.
Okay,
or whatever,
good,
you know what I
good,
mean?
good. Right, gotcha.
You know, the
was-
minute the black man gets in office.
Which was probably about the same time people stopped posting on these forums.
I vaguely remember there being an invention that would make it possible to communicate with the dead. Fucking necromancy, time travel, astral projection.
Hell yeah!
Holy shit, man, this is amazing. I asked him how different it was from his normal astral projection or out-of-body experiences, and he said the device was extremely hot since he had to put it on his stomach for the duration.
Oh God.
He reported many things, and after a month he decided to try physical time travel or something, and essentially was gone for good.
So he gone.
Yeah, like maybe it worked. I don't know.
Good. Fuck him.
Oh man. Oh God.
So I went to his channel, Alex's channel, and there's two videos I want to read the titles for because it's one right
please do.
after the other. All right. The first one. I am so glad I got invited to my cousin's birthday party.
Oh God. Oh no.
The next video. I went to my cousin's birthday party last week. People are getting colder.
Wait.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
He went to his cousin's birthday party and everyone was ashamed of him, is what
I
I'm
thought they
getting
meant,
from
like,
this.
temperature-wise.
No, I'm pretty sure he meant everybody treated me like shit.
Oh my God. That's
And that followed by, do you remember all the claims about the immortality rings and the cell realignment machine, how it would like heal all your diseases and everything?
Oh yeah.
Eating raw ginger healed my asthma and prevented asthma attack.
Okay.
I thought you were already healed of that from the rings, buddy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So one of the posts in here talks about Alex having that like pretty good jawline. We'd mentioned it,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
that picture that he uses for everything.
Oh yeah, the one where he's young, handsome, and in a business suit.
From like,
Yeah.
15 years ago?
20, yeah, something like that.
I do appreciate someone replies, good, that's an understatement. He looks like an Asian BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein.
Oh God, that's funny as hell.
Oh
my
man,
God.
let's see.
Oh, here's a great title while you're looking. I am building a multi-level system for AlexChew.com. What do you guys think?
Wait, you like MLM?
Yeah, he literally just said, I want to turn this into a multi-level marketing system.
Oh, fuck.
What do you guys think?
No.
No, it's terrible, man. You're giving them away. What the fuck? What else you got?
So there was a video that was linked in a thread. It's that web drifter thing that I mentioned in like one of the first Alex Chew episodes. But there's an exchange in here that someone quoted where the host Martin, he asks, he says, "So Alex, if I wear your immortality rings and I get hit by a bus, I live?" Alex Chew's response, of course, is, "Oh no, you'll die. You'll definitely die," which I really appreciate.
Now, speaking of death and the immortality rings, what is the name of the rings? What are they called? Say it out loud.
The live forever ring.
The immortality rings, right?
Yeah. Right.
Video title: My biggest fear is no one knows about my rings after I am dead. This is like when the Flat Earth Society said they had members all over the globe.
Well, in his defense, we know that a bus could kill him.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, he
So,
did in
like,
fact
he's
say.
probably dreading the bus. Like he's thinking about a world where he gets hit by that bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Someone are like questioning why like he looks older, and then someone says, "I choose to follow logic. He's still alive, therefore he is immortal until proven otherwise."
Yep, he's going to be a lich by the end. Mm-hmm. Year 3000, he's a lich.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. Someone asked. So this is a guy who's talking about using the rings and stuff. I used them extensively for months throughout the years, but haven't really put them on in years because I stopped noticing any difference anymore. Though I theorize this has more to do with me. As for effects, I noticed pretty much immediately that it was easier to fall asleep no matter how rested I was. I could just continue to sleep. I would sleep for like 8 hours, take them off, and sleep some more. That and increased dream recalls and intensity. I don't remember if other users had the same experience. So was this guy just unemployed? Living a stress-free lifestyle?
I kind of feel like, yeah.
Yeah. And then just the last reply, because the thread's kind of dead after this, but I'm old as fuck, and this site was one of the first ones I heard about through word of mouth in high school circa 1997 or 1998. So, yeah, here's the thing. We can't prove that Alex Chu is not immortal.
We can, but not in a legal way.
Well, okay, yes. But, like, no, like, right now, is he alive?
As far as I know.
Yeah, so, like, again, like, he's probably immortal. We won't know until, like, either he gets hit by that bus or, you know, he outlives us.
Yeah. And then, you know, and that's the thing. How old is he now?
Fuck, I don't even remember.
Okay.
Like, he's in his 50s now for sure.
Okay, well...
So what you're saying...
If he does outlive us...
You're saying everybody's immortal until proven otherwise?
I mean, yeah, by that logic, yeah, absolutely.
I say it's the opposite. Extreme allegations require extreme evidence. So I think everyone's mortal until proven otherwise.
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up Alex Chu. I'm trying to get a date of birth on this guy.
Good luck.
Let's see. Yeah, he just, like, he bumps it up every year. I don't know. I'm trying to find, like, yeah, I don't have a date of birth for him. Let's see. Like, I'm sure I mentioned it in the episode. I'm sure I found something, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm sure he wasn't born and was just butted off of his father's side.
Yeah, maybe he's constantly reincarnating or something.
I don't know, but that's also probably why he has such negative opinions on women. One wasn't involved in his birth.
Yeah, like maybe his ring actually functions like a phylactery. So maybe he is like a lich, and then like you know, the ring is what. Yeah, no, that could be it. That could be it.
Yep.
You know, like if you grab his ring, do you get his essence? Do you start peeing in Gatorade bottles and ranting about women?
Probably. Oh,
Probably.
and have multiple prophetic dreams every few weeks that there's going to be a civil war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very big on, like, you know, the Civil War is coming. The Civil War is coming.
Which I'm not willing to discount that one just yet.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Of all the stuff that he talks about, that is likely the most possible thing.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
So here's a 12-year-old Reddit post that says he's 38. So he's about 50.
He's not looking good.
Yeah.
Not,
I just...
yeah. Not,
and I don't want to dwell on that too much, but yeah, I saw him and I'm like, oh.
He looks fine, but he looks awful for somebody that has immortality rings.
He looks as though he feels thin, like butter scraped over too much bread.
Yeah. Thank you, Gandalf.
Well, that's Bilbo.
Oh, I know, but like you're talking about
okay.
Bilbo.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think the problem here is he has, you know, the I mean, it's known that Asian people seem to, you know, don't show age much, and he's like showing, you know, I look at age 38 because I used immortality rings. It's like, well, everybody looks pretty good at 38. Nobody starts going downhill till their mid to late 40s.
Oh yeah, I didn't start looking worse until a couple years ago.
And so, you know,
I'm getting close to hitting that wall myself, so that'll be fun.
So yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a, you know, it's interesting to see X's thoughts on Alex Chu. like as far as internet scam artists, ultimately he's kind of a footnote. There wasn't a whole lot on him here, which is ultimately going to be his legacy, an obscure joke. That's how he remains immortal.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
More in the public subconscious than we are at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey.
unless certain plans go through.
Yeah, but the people that are going to
Involving
remember
bombs.
the people that are going to remember us after this show and we're gone
Yeah.
will be talking about us positively.
Well, yeah. Well, mostly.
Because
Not all.
yeah, but I mean the people that matter, the peanut gallery.
You know, one thing I never mentioned in the episodes that we did on him was in 2009, the Postal Police raided his house with a search warrant.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was charged with 10 federal felonies for not issuing refunds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Huh.
that's interesting.
Wow, way to go, buddy.
Fined $10,000, 3 years probation. I do enjoy this quote. This is from an article someone linked in the thread. It's kind of a shitty website, so I don't think I want to necessarily mention it. But from Alex Chu, basically, this is a very tough field. Everybody picks on people who are in alternative medicine. Most people think alternative medicine is a huge fraud. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh no, it just got worse.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to have to cite this website. This is The Optimist, Thee Optimist, and then theoptimist.com, and then, oh god, this is just sad. I have high school kids calling me all the time to mock me. What I hate the most about this business is to hear young people, 14 to 20-some-year-olds, mocking me for creating an amazing and useful invention. These kids are even more closed-minded than their grandpas, which makes me really sad and disgusted.
Wow.
Yeah, sad,
I mean,
sad.
I'm not sad that he's being made fun of. I'm sad that they're like calling him.
Yeah.
And don't be a bully.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this is just kind of a bummer overall, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's sad.
Yeah. Like, we are still going to have to do the Alex Chu piss video.
I was just about to say we still have to do piss video like next Monday or something.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
well,
Now I'm sad.
yeah. Well, the good news is that's the last thing we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we're going to leave on a down note.
Yep, perfect. So, guys, have you got anything to plug before we go into the ending spiel?
Go ahead, and if you want me to draw you funny cartoons or whatever, go to hpcomics.com. That is HPKOMICS. And I do commissions, and they're fun, and they're high quality, and everything is great.
And are you currently in a situation where you're going to be able to draw the bits and bobs of the nakeds?
Yes, I am offering like not safe for work commission special. So if you like boobs, I can draw you boobs.
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 And then I will draw penises as well. Like, just throw money at me.
Boobs and dongs, man. Whatever you want.
Yep.
So
They're all on the menu.
hpkomics.com.
Yeah, and there's going to be a commissions page, and yeah.
Cool. All right, Mike. Anything to plug?
Nope.
Okay. Check out Darth Plato's podcast, Flagged for Content. David and myself have been on. He actually wants you to be on the show, Mike. So if you would be down for that, maybe you and me could be on next time because his fans have demanded a new Vexicryptid episode. So, yeah. I think all three of us should try to be on sometime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can make with the yuck yucks.
Yes. We can certainly make fun of flags.
Can you make with the yums?
Absolutely. I'm a decent cook, so I'll leave it at that. But no, because when I showed up, it wasn't a cryptid episode. I was doing, like, fictional flags from like different franchises, but like I haven't gotten to do the cryptid flags, the kooky cryptids.
Oh yeah, because I really enjoyed, the time we had. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it seriously did look like Boris Yeltsin wearing a giant beaver suit,
No, exactly. It was very aptly put.
standing over a river of piss.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, I want to thank everyone for listening. We always appreciate your support and your continued listening. Don't forget to tell folks about the podcast if you enjoy it and if you don't enjoy it. If you would like to learn more about the show, head to supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks, where you can find a link to our Discord, our store, our Patreon, our contact form. We are still accepting advertisers for $2 a show. So if you're interested, we would love to help promote your independent project. So, thank you once again for listening, and we will see you next time. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Flaming Sparrows. They sound like they're gonna rock the place.
Oh, I love that song they did, Long December.
Oh, hey guys, I have a question.
Yeah?
Do you remember the 21st of September?